Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a announcement show. Come up next, right after a short intro.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Paranormal Question of the Day. We do live podcasts with live guests, live paranormal investigations as well. We do product reviews, so sit back, enjoy the channel, get popcorn, get a soda, and I'll see you soon.
Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday. Normally, I'm not on these nights, but I will be next week, so that's part of the announcement. There are other announcements that are going to be coming up soon, but just kind of talking a little bit about what's been going on lately. Um, I do these shows on Mondays, every other Monday, or try to at least. And things have been kind of hectic for me in the last 4 or 5 months. Um, we got stuff going on family wise, and then as you know that I have put MGS in the background, and I'm part of Phantasm Paranormal. And in that time period, there has been a few things going on, which a lot of you probably already do know about. Is with my wife, Marcia. So things kind of got crazy. She started getting pretty sick and didn't know why and didn't know what was going on. And she had a feeling that it was pancreatitis. And so started our journey in February, I should say, to go get checked out. And she ended up having, pancreatitis. So she has spent a few days in the hospital early part of March. And then, we're with the Ascension at the point. And then, she overcame it and thought that, okay, she's okay. She could come home for a little bit. And then, 2 weeks later, she got sick again. Another bout of pancreatitis. It came back. Sorry. And that was towards the end of March. So, since then, early March, she has been in and out of hospitals with Ascension primarily. We started with, and then we end up moving over to Aurora because Ascension wasn't really doing anything for her. And one hospital in Milwaukee was on track, but was too scared to do anything with the pancreas, so to speak. And which at that point we found out it's I can't think of the words, necrotizing pancreatitis, which is a much more serious pancreatitis issue. So Milwaukee ended up sending her home after 2 weeks, and then we ended up going back to Ascension again, which they turned around and said, well, we can't do nothing for you, so go to a different hospital, which we did. We ended up going to Aurora, and at that point, Aurora sent her to Green Bay a couple times, and she's just been through a lot. Their hearts and prayers and everything else that I've posted. I don't do that a whole lot, but a lot of things have been going on with that, and I just I'm hoping that it's done sooner, and everything is all over with. But she was in Green Bay for quite a long time, 2 bouts, and had a stent put in her and some a drain. She's been on feeding tubes, lost a lot of weight. And then Green Bay, it got to be too much for Green Bay, so then she had to go back down to an Aurora affiliate in Milwaukee. And there she's dealt with a lot of stuff. She's been there for quite a while. She's still there. They end up removing half of her pancreas, her spleen, and she's got a few drain bags inside of her stomach that is for drainage. Still on feeding tubes. So there is somewhat still of an infection in the pancreas, which she is on antibiotics for, which I'm hoping that will solve that issue. But today was a good day. They removed one of her drains, which is good. It's not draining anymore, so she doesn't need to have that. Sat up in a chair for a lot of time today, so she's moving forward. So, like I said, I'm hoping that this pancreatitis will subside, and she can be done with it and not have to worry about it anymore. So, continue those prayers and those hearts and your thoughts. It's greatly appreciated that you guys do that. Hold on a second here. So, hey Kathy, how you doing? So basically, I'm just talking about what my wife and I have been through for the last few months. And one of those things. Hey, Robert. And so, like I said, your thoughts and prayers are greatly appreciated, and she will overcome this, and she won't have to deal with it anymore. So, and I'm hoping that she doesn't have to come home and be on feeding tubes, and she can be okay with that. But if she has to be, then she has to be. But that's just a part of the recovering process, and it's just one of those things that we gotta deal with in life when something comes into the way how things have. You gotta take it the best way we can. So, but other than that, she's doing good, and I hope she can come home soon. So it's about all what's going on with my wife at the moment. Other things too. Now, I do want to bring up the museum, the Washoe County Historical Museum in Wautoma, Wisconsin. For those of you that are out of state and catching this live feed, July is open for investigations. No dates have been taken so far, except for the other part of the announcement that will be coming up. So I highly encourage those that are interested in investigating the Washoe County Historical Museum to please leave a message on my messenger under Darren Bus. That way I can get a date set aside for you and your friends and your team to come in and investigate the old jail. So I just want to throw that out there, and future dates as well. We're doing 2 weekends a month for now. So whichever dates are pulled will pretty much dictate that month. So I do want to stress that about how that goes for now. I'm sure it's going to get a lot more crazier as we come across fall and the Halloween season. The other announcement half of July. So, if you ever wonder what it's like to investigate a jail, well, come on out. July 19th and 20th to Washoe County Historical Museum. Our group, Phantasm Paranormal, is doing guided tours. The tours start at 5:30 and go to 2 a.m. on that Friday and Saturday for $45 a person. Donated cash money only, please. Food and refreshments are going to be provided. So we also have shirts that are going to be available for purchase as well, merchandise. Hey, Carmen. And so, come on down. Try your hat in investigating, see what it's like to investigate with a team. Maybe that will prompt you as to wanting to investigate with a team or be part of a team. That's what this is designed for. So once again, July the 19th and 20th, Phantasm Paranormal are going to be doing guided tours at the Old Washara County Historical Museum and jail. So, that's kind of pretty much what I got going on. And in order to sign up, you need to go to phantasmparanormalwi@gmail.com. So go there and sign up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get to learn all sorts of stuff about investigating, get to learn stuff about new toys that we use in the field, new tricks that we do. So, other than that, I got more people popping on here. Here's Marcia. She's on. There's Carmen. So where it's located, it's in Watoma, Wisconsin. So you would have to travel. I believe Carmen, you're in Pennsylvania, I believe. I'm not quite sure, but that's where that location is. And like I said, I mean, this is something new for the jail that we are doing. All the money that is donated from when people come to this event, and there's going to be more of these events that come in the future. This is just a start, and it all goes towards the 1850 schoolhouse project for an add-on. So we're trying to get that up and make it a little bit nicer than what it is. So that's where all the money goes towards. Like I said, we have food and refreshments will be available. The jail will be widely available for investigations, including the schoolhouse. So I highly encourage you guys to sign up. Once again, Phantasm Paranormal WI to oh boy. Well, one of these days, maybe you can get your passport up and going, but it's always going to be there. So when you get a chance, that'll be pretty cool to see you there. Robert, where are you from? Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of what's going on July 19th and 20th. Okay, you went to Eastern State Penitentiary? That's cool. Oh, yeah. Finally got that checked off. Yeah, it's kind of cool because that's a really neat place. Oh, Australia. Very cool. Very cool, Robert. Well, one of these years, you might be able to. That'd be pretty cool to have you over there. It's a lot of cool stuff. We got a lot of spirits at the Old County Jail. We have some prisoners there. We have doctors, children, sheriffs. So there's a lots to go around and talk to spirits at this jail. It gets quite crazy every once in a while. So, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch up on that. But there again, if you one second here. So Other than that, we do. You can set up an investigation time if you go through Messenger under Darren Bus. There, I can get your team set up. You can get in there, investigate. Like I said, special time for that is from 5 until 2 a.m. But for this event on July 19th and 20th, will be at 5:30 till 2 a.m. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hey, Jing, welcome. I must missed that one. There she is. There's Jing from Indonesia. How you doing? Um, so yeah. So like I said before, just kind of talking about how things have been going lately. It's been pretty crazy life in a while. Um, and just kind of want to give a brief update on how my wife is doing, and so that you all know how she's doing. Everything is greatly appreciated, and like I said, in the Facebook stuff. Sure. I mean, hey, I know you're way out there, so uh, it'll be fine, Carmen. It'll go well. Like I said, this is something new that we're trying to do, guided tours, and then also, hoping that my wife gets better and recovers soon. We all miss her here at home, so, but yeah. So that's pretty much what I got for announcements. Once again, Phantasm Paranormal WI at gmail.com to sign up for the guided tour event on the 19th and 20th of July. Hours are from 5:30 to 2 a.m. Food and refreshments are available, or will be provided. I'm sorry. And we also have merchandise will be available as well. So, other than that, anybody have any questions for me as far as that goes? Investigations. Do you want to know? What do you want to know about the place? That sort of thing. I'll be on for about another 15 minutes or so. If not, maybe shorter. All depends. I knew that I just kind of did an impromptu live. Excuse me, Mountain Dew. But I needed to get out there and talk about the museum, talk about what's been going on, and Phantasm Paranormal is a very, very good group to be with. Great people, know what they're doing. They get a lot of cool stuff. I mean, if how often is it you go to a museum and see lasers and fog machines and REM pods all over the place? Just it's just cool how they got all that cool stuff. A lot of stuff that you see on Ghost Stop, they have a lot of it. So hands on, you guys will get a chance to learn what it's like to investigate if you have never done it before. And this is kind of our way of how to investigate, and we want to show you our way. And we have Aaron and Mike Welter. We have Ann Wilkie, part of the team. We have Megan Seeger, part of the team. We got Danielle Casso, part of the team. AJ, or I said JJ, sorry. We have Josh Johas, sorry. I'll say it wrong, sorry. Sometimes I forget our team's name, so please bear with me. But that's just the name of the few of the people that are on our team. Christine is part of the team as well. And so you'll get to meet a lot of these people that's going to be there. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of fun. So, other than that, sorry for those who are part of the team. If I did not mention you, I am sorry about that. a lot's going through my mind, so I try to keep up with everybody. Um, but yeah, anybody have any more questions for me or want to talk about the museum and why it's haunted? All right. So now on to some more announcements. Now that also popped in my head. Tomorrow night we are having Cassie Kathy Polzine. She is going to be doing a one card pull reading the whole show. So that's what that is all about. Now donations. Well, she'll accept donations if you like to. If you want a full reading, we'll have her website and all that stuff available for you to go to do Zoom calls with her to do a full on one. And those will be at a charge, but those will be through her PayPal or Venmo and stuff like that. So we'll have that available tomorrow night. So the one card polls are a lot of fun. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, scary incident that happened at the jail. Well, I don't, Ajing, that's a good question because I really haven't had anything that scary happen to me, but others have. They've had women being choked in the cell, which can be scary for some. Um, and the upstairs gets a little freaky. We got bats every once in a while. That'd be cool. That'd be cool, Gene. Um, but sometimes we get bats up in the attic, and people freak out about the bats. But honestly, there was this one cop that actually stopped by, just as a checkup, and we kind of became friends. And he's like, "Hey, do you mind if can I investigate a little bit?" And I says, "Yeah, sure. Let's go investigate a little bit." So we went up to the attic, and I'm like, "Okay, so up here, there's a lot of chosen spirits up here. A deputy likes to come up here and kind of hush the kids and all that stuff." And so I'm like, "Well, not much is really happening up here because I think it's because me that's up here per se. So and they know me pretty well. So why don't I just walk downstairs and let you be up here for like 5-10 minutes by yourself? Do you think you can do that?" And as I was walking, he was like, "Gee, I don't know. I never did this before. You'll be all right. I mean, you're a cop and stuff like that, so you should be fine." So I get halfway down the stairs, and I'm like, I said, are you gonna be okay up here? 5 minutes? Would that be okay?" And he goes, "I don't think so." And he was done. So, so the cop couldn't do the solo for 5 minutes, which was kind of funny. But that that was kind of funny, but in his own right, though. And if you don't ever do anything, I guess doing a solo by yourself in a dark place that you've never been to before can be scary for a lot of people because they don't know what to expect. But the jail, there's some things that have been kind of caught me off guard. I've been punched in the shoulder for a couple times. Just EVPs that I've caught were pretty freaky, um, pertaining to the situation of the cell I was in. What was kind of really scary too. This I guess it would qualify as a little scary because it was eerie that it came up. So I don't know if you ever seen these SLS cameras. People got the Xbox camera thing that's hooked up to a monitor, and then you can see like stick figures and stuff like that. So we were in this one cell in the downstairs jail part because there's two floors of the jail, and in this cell there was a guy that hung himself, and on the SLS you could see a picture of someone being like it looks like Hangman in a way. So that was kind of cool catching something like that on an SLS camera, so to speak. So yeah, that was kind of scary. If you want to classify that as scary, that was kind of scary. That you never thought that you would see something like that on an SLS camera. More like sometimes tall stick figures really kind of freak people out. They're dancing on you or whatever, or sitting on your head, and you all of a sudden get a massive headache, or your shoulder hurts, or whatnot. Yeah, that can be scary for some people. For me, I find it as a challenge. As a paranormal investigator, when you get scared, we're not supposed to back away from it. We're supposed to move forward, find out why it was freaky, and try to debunk it. If it happens another time, then we got to figure out why it's doing it. So we have to go forward with these things instead of backwards. Um, Medium. Well, Aaron has some abilities where he feels he's more of on a spiritual base type deal. So is Mike, um, Danielle. They all get the feeling of things more so than I do. I will pick up on it later, but you have your moments where you know that something's not right or doesn't feel right. The air doesn't feel right, or someone's not breathing right, so something's wrong. Uh, but far as like a mediumship wise, we don't have one on a team per se as a medium. Um, you know, some have more skills than a skill set more than others, but that comes with experience. Um, and for how long you've been doing it. We're all investigators. That's the thing. We're all investigators, but some have a better skill at other things than others, and which makes them unique, a unique person, um, and very helpful when it comes to investigation. So, if you feel like what you're experiencing and you can't understand it, and then they go where you were and experience what you experience, and they have a whole different array of what it could be. That's very helpful. So that helps a lot on investigation. Now, every team doesn't really need to have a medium on their team. A lot of us actually sometimes like to prefer to get one outside of the team in that aspect. Um, a lot of mediums like to go in cold, not know anything about the location. So, and that can be beneficial because then you can get more real time results of the location and see if it matches up with everything that we find or what we hear in our recorders or what we catch on our film and pictures. So um, I think for a lot of us, that's the way to go. But sometimes having a medium on your team is a good thing too, because um, they can tell you what this room is like, what went on in this room, and maybe you shouldn't go in that room, because they know what your abilities are, and maybe that room is not right for your abilities, or you can get yourself in more trouble that way. So, but having a medium on your team is beneficial too. But there's ups and downs of it, and two, they're not all, you know, what's the word I want to say? You got to be careful with the mediums too. I mean, in this day and age now, everybody thinks they're a medium or a psychic medium type deal. So you got to be careful about that, so you don't feel that you're getting scammed on it. So uh, so it's kind of a touchy subject in a way for a lot of people. But for me, I don't mind it. I think mediums are fun to have on an investigation. Definitely get to learn a lot of stuff, you know, um, about that location, maybe that you didn't think about. So, yeah, so that's good point though. Good question, Ijing. Um, so as I was talking about this coming up Friday, uh, we have Cassie Posing on, and we're going to be talking. She's going to be doing one card pull readings all for the whole show. We'll go an hour, but if we need to go a little bit past an hour, we'll do so. Um, but other than that, you'll have to get her on her time, and we will provide those links to you so you can get a hold of her for a full reading. And then let's see. Not sure if I have a show next week on Monday. Bear with me here. All right. Okay. So next Monday, I do not have a show. However, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Ajing. I hope so. I hope so. Next Thursday night is a special night, special time day for the paranormal question of the day. Instead of being on Monday, it will be on Thursday at 8 p.m. We're going to have Mike and Aaron Welter. They are owner and co-owner of the Phantasm Paranormal Group. So, they're wanting to get on, and I'm happy to bring them on so that way you guys get to meet them, and then they can talk more about Phantasm Paranormal and what it's about, and talk more about spiritually stuff, maybe some crystal talk. Mike likes his crystals, so that'll be a good one to listen into. Aaron will talk about more of a spiritual side of things. I'm the experimental kind of person, but it's their time to talk, and we'll get into some questions. And if you got whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about. The show will be about an hour, if not a little bit more, depending on their time schedule. So next week, Thursday, is a special day for the show. Instead of Monday, it'll be on Thursday. So other than that, once again, July 19th and 20th is guided tours sponsored by Phantasm Paranormal. So $45 of donated money, cash only, please, per person. Hours are 5:30 to 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Food and refreshments are provided. If you want merchandise will also be there as well to purchase. So other than that, yeah, if you want to talk more about paranormal, we can do that. So for me and BB3 TV, Paranormal Brew, and Phantasm WIS on YouTube, Greatly appreciate a follow, like, and share. So that way this event can get shared out there so people know what we're about and what we're going to be doing. That'd be fantastic. And once again, thank you for your hearts and prayers for my wife, and that she'll be home soon. So, all right. Well, you all have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So long, everybody.